Sunday Night Fights, episode number 2, contender bout number 2. Epsilon Seb, 2 games in the bag. Rom Wu, 2 games in the bag. We're coming up on the ace game, the rubber match. Let's see who goes on to fight Siberian Platoon in week number 3 for the first title fight. It will all be decided right here. Pez, if you would be so kind as to do the honors.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Sunday night fight.
Hello, fight fans. I am Ami Polizei-Funk, and I would like to warmly welcome back to the show, Sefa.
Hi, thanks. I'm going to be following Wu in this game. We just saw a very entertaining game where Seb played really well. Textbook, he played mathematically. He was on the left side at one point, defending a strategic point, moves instantly to the right side and defends that side as well. He played great, and this should be a good final. Best out of 5 has just come down to best of 1, and should be an entertaining game.
Best of 1 on Langre, and guess what we've got for you, fight fans? Brits versus Panzer Elite. When I first loaded the replay, I said to myself, what? Now, what are we thinking here, Seth? We're thinking that Wu had choice, took PE, and Seb. I knew I would do it. Seb counters with Commonwealth? Really?
We're thinking that we've never seen Seb play Brits before, and this could be hit or miss with him. He could win, he could get a big win out of it, or he could make a big mistake. You know, maybe he hasn't practiced that much with Brits. Maybe he's been practicing secretly with Brits and he has this really good strategy that we don't know about. And this game could go either way, really. And Wu, you can't count him out. He's a great Panzer Elite player. We saw that in game number 3 with his aces. He just completely trounced Seb completely. So we're going to see a good game, I think.
Well, this is a hell of an interesting twist to this story here. There were 4 really powerful games so far, and now here we have PE versus Brits, which we haven't seen since like the semifinals of some recent tournament. I can't even remember. And Seb playing Brits, I don't know if I've ever seen that. So I have no idea what's going to happen here. I'm going to be following Seb as Brit, and you'll be following Wu, and I'm glad you're here because you are kind of an OF specialist. You've worked with both of these factions, taken them up high on each ladder, and so I expect lots of great insight from Sefa, our expert of experts. How about we count this thing in? You ready to go?
Yep, ready to go. Like to play all armies, so this should be a fun opposing fronts game.
All right, here it comes, folks. Opposing fronts, Brits and Panzer Elite, the grand finale of episode number 2. Let's get this thing going. I'm at 5 seconds. Going to unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Section reporting.
Ready to close and destroy the...
I have to ask first of all, what is Seb making out of his headquarters as the first unit?
There's a guy with a hat, and there are 2 little diamonds next to him. I think it's a lieutenant.
Yeah, that's the lieutenant. So he'll likely be retreating the lieutenant to the munitions point on the right and capping that, or maybe going for the fuel on the left. Seb is probably going to set up around the 10 munitions point in the middle. It looks like Wu is going for a standard start. He might go 3 PEGs and camp group company into infantry half track, or he might go early ACs. We'll see what happens.
Alright, well, before packing up or anything like that, Seb is pumping out a new Tommy section. So it's Lieutenant Tommy, and looks like the lieutenant wants to go over and start capping that fuel, the plus 10 on the right-hand side. These first recon squad are chasing the Ketten. Ketten has taken very little damage, pushing these recon all over the place. They're having a real difficulty fighting the first PG squad that's already upgraded.
Wu being very aggressive with his Ketten. However, he's not capping any points with that Ketten. He's using it to try and harass the Brit player, which is good, but again, he's not capping any points. He's not getting a plus 10 fuel that Panzer Elite could be getting now, and I'm not too sure about this infantry section that Seb's got either. It's coming out of his base at the moment. A crawl is not going to be able to help him in the fight for a long time yet.
Yeah, with that truck lifted up, they have to slowly walk through unconnected territory. And Wu has definitely drawn first blood. He's killed 2 of these Tommies so far. They're garrisoning the house, but I don't think they're going to last long. The G43s are fantastic against the house. They're down to 2 guys. They ungarrison, and, well, they're hanging out in green cover by that well. Let's see, here comes the other Tommy section. Finally, they're up by their lieutenant, so they're moving quickly. The PE take a stab at garrisoning the house, but quickly pop out. Was that a sniper shot?
I think it was. I think he used an early sniper shot and took a Panzer Grenadier out. He didn't want them to stay in the building for too long, and he's about to connect this plus 10 fuel. So in all likelihood he's probably going for an early Stuart, or it depends, because he might make a Bren straight away now. We'll see what he makes now.
Yeah, that couldn't have been a sniper shot, because actually Seb has no ammo. So I guess as Brits you start with 25 because he's at plus 0. So they've still got their initial 25. That was just a straight kill. We got. Is that right, Seth?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So here we go. The Tommies are going to try to push them off of this first VP here in the center. This might become a VP war. You never know. There's 3 PG squads, though, against this one Tommy squad, and Seb's got to get out of that fight. He's losing guys here, and that's expensive for early Brit manpower to lose guys like that. Look at this. Another Tommy squad coming out of the truck.
Yeah, Brits only with 2 points capped at the moment, but equally Panzer Elite. This whole left side hasn't been capped. Like I said, he was aggressive with the Ketten early on. He hasn't been doing as much capping. He isn't building anything in the base at the moment. He's got 5 Panzer Grenadier squads, so he's being very aggressive early, which might let the Brit player back into this game. Seb, all he has to do is make a Bren or take to an early Stuart, and it could be all over for Wu.
Well, it looks like he wants the Stuart. He's calling in the truck now, so that's cooking. And these Tommies are sort of just dancing around this house, trying not to lose too much manpower. But yeah, so much fighting and so little capping. Finally, the Ketten's back to its initial orders, and it's got to go out there and get that fuel. Once Wu has that fuel, he'll look pretty good as far as resources, and I wonder what kind of teching we'll see from him.
Plus 32 fuel at the moment. He's got a Kampfgruppe company on the way. I doubt he's going to make anything out of the Kampfgruppe company, since he has 5 Panzer Grenadiers on the field. So he'll likely take straight to either Jagger Command, like he did in the previous game he played Panzer Elite, or he'll go straight for Panzer Support Company, get light infantry half track out and anti-tank half track out, and try and pin the Stuart down and kill that. He's just upgraded defensive operations for healing on his Panzer Grenadier squads. So we'll see what happens going into the mid-game. It's gonna be a close game.
The CCS is coming up. The field support's on the field. He's about to park. Looks like he wants to get on that plus 10 ammo, but he's doing a bit of a little runaround. He can't really find a spot, and that truck's not going down yet. And if he wants to get the Stewart out
Where
quick,
did he learn how to drive?
yeah, right. And where's he even trying to get to? Oh, he's trying to lock down the middle ammo. Okay, so he's still running around. He's got a trench there, though, so he's got some time. He's still spinning around. Finally, the flaps come out. The tent's been raised. The bags are up. Field support is down, and I guess we expect to see a captain coming out first, right, to go after that Stewart.
Yep, I would say so. Captain and then Stewart. However, Wu already has his Panzer support command up, and he's likely going to make an anti-tank half-track as his first unit, so he'll be ready for that Stewart. The question is how the fight is going to pan out. Will the Stewart get pinned? Will the Stewart do enough damage and get healing from a sapper squad? And that will be down to the players. We'll see how they can micro. It could be anyone's game at the moment.
Captain's halfway done. Wu's still harassing with the Ketten on the left-hand side of the map. All the Brit infantry is together. Lieutenant in the house, that's interesting. He pops out. Seb really needed to build that CCS because his lieutenant was very low on health, but now we can see he's all healed up again. Very important for Brits. Keep that lieutenant alive. Get that vet. Get charge. It's kind of hard to know when you're going to get that first stripe of vet and unlock the charge ability. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it needs to be within range of a Tommy squad that's actually killing units. I think it would take like 3 or 4 more Panzer Grenadiers for him to get Stripe of Vet, but it's not going to help him a great deal in this stage of the game since Tommies aren't going to be his main damage dealer. Once the Stewart comes out, he's going to hope for a couple of good canister shots on the Panzer Grenadiers because Wu has 5 Panzer Grenadiers out. There's a mortar half-track that's just come onto the field, so that'll add to Wu's firepower as well.
Panzer forces are trying to secure...
Alright, well, the dreaded Stewart and his powerful shotgun canister shot is cooking now. This is going to be an important moment. Wow, look at the mortar ripping up Tommies. 4 or 5 guys died in that one shell. Seb's trying to expand.
Big flame coming onto the field.
Near the trench, if the trench is deleted, he's killing medics as well. Brutal. Now, do you think that this is... What do you think about this move to the left that Seb is creating here to sort of pull the PGs away, make them go defend?
Go ahead.
I think he's going to try and passively cap with his captain on the left. He's trying to deny the fuel with his recon squad at the moment, but Wu's doing a good enough job at defending that left side. We'll see if the Stewart can get a good canister shot off here.
He might have had a chance there, but Wu backed away, and the Stewart was never able to get close. ATHT's chilling by the mortar. He's shooting at infantry. They're both being very conservative. You definitely get the feeling that this is everything on the line game 5, as these guys are not really taking risks right now. We do have an upgraded Bren squad that might try to... Yes, indeed, they button the ATHT. He's going to try to kill it. And if he does that, then he'll have a free reign for the Stewart to just run all over the place. And look at that. This ATHT... Whoa! The Stewart shows its face. ATHT does not get the tread brake off. The ATHT falls. Stewart is going to have free reign for a little while. That mortar's got to backpedal into his base, get some cover from the flax and the base emplacements, and all the PGs are off to the left. Thankfully for them, they're nowhere near that canister, but that was big for Seb.
That was an absolutely massive mistake for Wu. He lost the AT half-track. He upgraded to Panzer Support Command, so he's got about 5 fuel left for a Panzer IV, and I think he's waiting for the Panzer fuel. He's not going to get another light AT half-track for that Stewart, but he made a big mistake losing his first one. Okay, he just made another light AT half-track, so he's not getting a Panzer IV.
4 PGs see the Stewart coming. Stewart says, oh, come on, let me do all you guys with a big blast. They say, hell no, we all retreat. Quick time sync here. I'm at 10 minutes and 10 seconds. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So hopefully we're all synced up here
exactly the same.
as Wu scrambles to get this anti-tank back into the game. He has been chased into his base. Although Seb hasn't made that much progress as far as map control goes. He's trying to cap on the right a bit, but he hasn't made much progress on the left. So it's pretty close still. If Wu can get some AT out, he's definitely not out of this. He's still got good map control.
He's not, however. Seb just made a sapper squad. He's got 2 sapper squads on the field now. He'll likely get one with repairs, one with PATs. Maybe he'll get 2 with PATs, and that's really going to hurt Wu because he's got a light AT half track on the field. Not at all very good against sapper squads, and he's going to have a hard time pinning that Stuart down. That said, he does have a Panzer IV on the way, which could potentially do a lot of damage to the Brit army of Seb.
Well, here we go. One of those PATs is finished, and we do now have a stripe of vet on the lieutenant, so he can charge if he wants to. And wow, just catching that first, that was just, I guess, a huge micro mistake from Wu to let him snare that first ATHT.
A victory point. I say again, we are losing
a complete mistake. It was a complete blunder. He put it forward into the Bren squad and then tried to get it back, but it was already pinned too much, and the Stuart just came to finish it off, really. This Panzer Grenadier blob is doing a good job of harassing units around the map. You know, he's keeping all those Panzer Grenadiers together, but the problem is his play with the light AT half track. He's now got a Panzer IV on the field, light AT half track. In the next fight, he's going to need to make it happen.
One of our munition stores.
The P4, we've seen every version of the Company of Heroes Panzer IV tonight, folks. We've seen this Panzer Elite P4 twice and the Wehrmacht P4 once. The Stuart is no longer the big fish in the sea. And look at the P4, he might come in lockdown right here. Let's see, he's starting to pick away at the first truck. The Brit infantry is over to the left. They look like they're going to come back. All the PGs are at the HQ. That they make a ripe target. The Stuart's playing very conservatively. He's back in the fog of war. The Brit infantry are closing in. Those PATs and Bren squads could make light work of this Panzer IV there. This is the button. He's gone dark. We got a kiting Stuart coming in here. Wu's capping while fighting. Let's see if we get a canister shot here. There's the ATHT goes in. That Stuart is immobilized and in a very interesting position because he cannot shoot at the P4. But the P4 is backing up a bit. Let's see here. He's still buttoned. I wonder if he has anything to finish him off. These PATs are laying in shots. There's a mortar half track round on the PATs. The PATs retreat. The P4 might just survive. Let's see. He's plugging away at Tommy's. The one squad of sappers are trying to repair the broken treads on that Stuart. The treads are still broken. Nope, they finished the job. The treads are working again. Mortar rounds are coming in. What a hell of a fight, but it looks like it will just keep going. Not a decisive victory on either side.
Yep, Wu losing a Panzer Grenadier squad there as well. He's just popped a Fallstrom Jaegers, which I don't think that's going to really help him much. I would have said get another Panzer IV on the field. So his doctrine choice is not going to help him very much. He's in a bad situation at the moment. His Panzer IV's on low health. He doesn't have a very good way to repair it. And I can see Seb probably taking up to tier 3 at the moment to get an armoured command truck out and start getting some tanks on the field. Seb's in a very good position at the moment.
Yeah, Seb lost nothing. Look how bold he's being with the Stuart as it rolls in. This mortar half-track is really the only effective unit now for Wu. He's been killing Tommies here or there, but he can't get any lucky squad annihilations. You know how hard it is to kill that Brit infantry to actually knock him out. We do have some Fallstroms on the field. They're upgraded.
And
we got
Seb's
another...
got Churchill out on the field as well, so that's going to be coming to fight soon too.
Whoa, Churchill rolling in. The Stuart is kiting the P4. All the Grens are there. That could be a whopping canister shot, but I don't know. Let's see the Stuart. Here comes the Churchill. They both want to just kill this P4. I guess they feel that that's the only true threat, but will they be able to do it? Now he's changed target. Now the Churchill's working on the double vet mortar that's just been wrecking Brit infantry. He's got 12 kills already. The Brit infantry are charging. They're chasing the Stuart. And rear shots on the P4. We got Luftwaffe squad trying to repair, but that might do it. The P4 is down.
He was really bad for losing that light anti-tank half-track. He could have sent it back to the base to get another treadbreaker shot off at the Churchill and treadbreak that Churchill, but instead he decided to keep it in combat. It died, and now his Panzer IV has died. Wu's in a very bad position at the moment. Seb's not only take the tier 3, but he has a Churchill on the field, which counters pretty much everything that Wu has. Panzer Shreks are not going to do it for Wu. He needs some serious AT on the field, and he just doesn't have that at the moment.
The Fallschirms, Wu just can't get a break. The Fallschirms tried to come in and Faust down that annoying Stuart, and they couldn't even get the job done. The Stuart just swallowed up, got a bit of repairs, and look at how aggressive Seb is being. Here he comes crushing through the base barricades with that Churchill. Oh man, this Churchill has taken almost no damage. There's just no counter. He's got one Shrek squad there, and they're doing two Shrek squads, sorry. Let's see if they can push this Churchill out of his base. Well, front shot does almost nothing.
Thrusting his advantage into the Panzer Elite player at the moment. The only thing AT he has is 2 Panzer Shrek squads, nothing else. He's cut Wu off, he's got the tech advantage, he's in a very good position to win this game at the moment.
He's got 2 sapper squads, they're upgraded. He literally has not lost a single unit yet.
We're losing a munitions sector.
Wu's charging at a tank with a bunch of anti-infantry guys, and yeah, Seb's looking good. Still, Wu's done a nice job of not really losing much of the map. He's still harassing with the Ketten on the left-hand side. We know how immobile the Brits can be sometimes, and it's just funny to see a Churchill of all things. I didn't expect that.
What would really help Wu in this situation would be a flak, but he hasn't gone down that tech path. He's decided to get the Fallschirm Jaegers and the butterfly bombs first, instead of the Luftwaffe squad, the Whirlwind, and the flak. So a flak would really be good in this situation, but he's not going to have that for a long, long time. Flak is the primary weapon that's really very good for the Luftwaffe. He doesn't have very good AT. We've seen Cromwell command tank coming out now, possibly followed by Cromwells or Sherman. Yep, Fireflies are going to come out, and that's going to be very bad for Wu. I'm not sure I can see him pulling this game back, really.
There was a huge infantry fight in the center that the Brits won. Lieutenants now got 2 stripes of vet, and these 2 Shrek squads just know that they don't have what it takes to take on the Brit infantry and the Churchill, and they just wisely retreat. Wu's got to somehow try to regroup and see if he can figure out a way to put a chink in this very strong Brit army.
Wu did not need those Fallschirm Jaegers at that time of the game. They only have 1 kill, and he does not need any anti-infantry at the moment. He had 5 Panzer Grenadier squads. He didn't need the Shreks either. They take away from his anti-infantry armor of Panzer Grenadiers. What he needed was a flag, and he doesn't have that at the moment. He's really suffering against tanks right now, and it's showing.
One of our strategic points.
Seb just locked the filthy AVRE. I wonder if we're going to see the big ball cannon of the AVRE in Game 5 of a Sunday Night Fights. That would just be too much.
I think that would be the icing on the cake, really.
That would, yeah. Oh, big canister shot. PGs die. Nobody gets annihilated. Wu kind of got a break there, although he lost a few dudes. And look at this Churchill pushing. He wants to... That double vet mortar with 16 kills is really Wu's only effective unit in the game, and he escapes behind the hedges. The Shreks are going to try to lay in some more shots, but it looks, I mean, the front armor of this Churchill, oh, there's some good penetration finally. That's going to force him to back up a bit. 3 Shrek squads now. They misfire out of the house. They do good damage. The Churchill's down to about 40%. Funny to see them both linked up with the command tank. And it's a Cromwell coming out of the armor command.
Yep, Wu's still in a bad position. He's not taking up to anything like Marders. He's not getting a light AT half track on the field. He's getting another tank buster squad. He's trying to defeat the tanks with tank buster squads and pure infantry at the moment, not using combined arms. It's going to be really difficult for Wu to pull this game back. If Seb micros properly with his vehicles, he might just win the game in this encounter now.
Here comes a huge push, folks. Seb's looking to close the door right now. The PGs are forced to retreat. There's armor coming in from all sides. The Commonwealth is raging forward. The Stewart's trying to block that half-track from retreating. He wants to kill that pesky mortar. And look at these PGs getting hung up on Brit units, not even able to complete their retreat. And the whole Brit force is surging through. And look at this, we're in your base. He wants to get that mortar half-track down. He's starting to work on the emplacements now. Seb just pushing everything forward. He wants to put lights out right here.
I tell you, if Wu had just one flak on the field, then this would be a completely different engagement. But it's really unfortunate for him. He has 6 Panzer Grenadier squads, Fallschirmjägers and Luftwaffe squad, pure infantry against the combined arms of Seb. He's got no chance at the moment of winning the fight.
Seb does not want to lose a single unit. His Piats are repairing his Stewart. The Stewart's usefulness past 20 minutes, usually the Brits don't even care if they lose it because it's just not the most effective unit and late in the game. But look at Seb keeping absolutely everything alive, cutting Wu off of his resources on the left and going to wipe that Western VP.
It's really unfortunate for Wu because he went for a large anti-infantry army. He's depending on those Shreks to kill armor. You can't use pure Shreks as Panzer Elite, it just doesn't work. You need to use them in combination with a Marder, you need to use them in combination with a light anti-tank half-track, or you can use them in combo with a flak. They just don't work if you use pure Shreks as Panzer Elite. It works for Wehrmacht, but not for Panzer Elite.
I think that was a canister shot just there. I saw a puff of red smoke explode around all those grenadiers' heads as many of them die. They're extremely understrength. A one-man squad, couple two-man squads. And yeah, when you see Panzer Elite fighting with just infantry, you know they're in a whole lot of trouble. They need their vehicles, they need their armored strength. And right now, these Cromwells are shredding these guys.
Well, this is the thing, it's not like he's been forced into this situation of using pure Panzer Grenadiers, because he's floating 232 fuel at the moment. He could have tapped up, try and get some Panthers out, tried to get a Marder out, maybe make another light anti-tank half-track, you know. But he's just using pure infantry at the moment and relying on Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks, and it's not working.
The PG squads are about to die. 2 squads down to 1 man, and there's annihilated squad. They drop a Shrek, and this just could be it. All the anti-infantry in the back, and that's it. Wow, some Luftwaffe pick up a Shrek, but Wu has had it. He said this was fun. Throws in the towel. GG! The Commonwealth wins. The Commonwealth wins. I don't think we got a video for them. Roll those allies, please, Pizzle. Cepha, what an amazing series. Who would have thought that it came down to Seb's Brits dominating on Langres?
He played very well. He played the textbook Brits, really, and there was not much we could do about it. Well, there was, because he made a lot of tactical errors. What we just saw was a reflection of what Wu was doing in Game 3, where Wu had the ACs against Seb's MGs, and he was just microing around the MGs. In this game, Wu had the Panzer Grenadiers, and Seb was just completely out-microing him with all these tanks, so there was no way that Wu could come back into the game using pure infantry power.
One of my favorite things about Seb when he's really on is his unit preservation, and in this game, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think a single squad or vehicle was annihilated. If you look around the map at the very end there, the Cromwell's got almost no health, and you have the Churchill also about to die, the command tank at half health. But did Seb lose a single unit that entire game?
It's unmatched. It's unmatched because if you give him the opportunity, then he'll take that, and he'll micro his units around your Panzerschrecks forever, and they won't do any damage. What we needed to do was get that tread breaker, get that flak into a good position, and tread break those tanks, or tread break that Stuart, and then finish it off. But if you can't do that, then the Brit player, especially in Seb's hands, those tanks in Seb's hands, they're just going to out-micro you forever.
Yeah, I mean the whole last 5 or 10 minutes was just watching Shrek shots go into the ground or go into the front armor and just not do the kind of impact damage that you would need to take out any of those units. So they just kept pushing. But man, it sure was fun to watch Seb bring everything he had in that final push and just slam the door and catapult himself into our first title fight. Folks, I'm so excited. Seb versus Siberian Platoon. That's right. Next week, December 11th, 8 p.m. GMT, right here. Sefa, you've been a fantastic analyst. Man, I don't know what, like, after having you, I don't know how we can do without you, man. You might have to come back again. But what about seeing you playing in a contender bout? Is that a possibility in Season 3?
I'm not too sure. I'll keep you posted on what my situation. I'm going to be moving out of this house recently, so I'm not sure what my internet situation is going to be, but we'll see. I love casting this series with you. It's been an honour casting, and I'm going to be watching the rest of the series as well. I've watched in the past a lot of the games, and I'm actually a fan of your casting and the series, so I hope to see more of you in future. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you for the kind words. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to next week already. Hopefully, Seth will get us situated and join us behind the keys and the mouse in an upcoming SNF bout. It's a long season. We've got 2 weeks off in December, and we're going to be, for Christmas and New Year's, and then we're going to be running into February. So there's time to get your chops in gear, time to face the greatest players of COH here, and we are going to see 2 of them face off next week. Check the portal for the upcoming Week 3 fight card and the news and the post, and please don't forget to follow us, especially here on Twitch TV. We still want to get partnership. We know they're busy, but we want to prove to them that COH is still a game that stands up, and we can have a great show here. So follow us. We need that. And, bump the threads, Twitter, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So on behalf of Pez Reborn for his wonderful camera work, Biosparks, Sefa, I am Ami Politsai Funk. It's been a pleasure tonight, folks. See you next week.